What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Today we are going to be doing a gear lube change on this 150 horse Mercury 4-stroke outboard motor.
All that stress that's in my body's always driving me insane. When I'm reeling in that buzzbait, it just seems to go away. Now you see, fishing ain't a habit, it's a passion in my soul. So when I'm casting and I'm smashing all these bass that are on my pole. Now for a minute or an hour, if I'm fishing then I'm fine. I just only need a second when I'm wetting up a line. So if the weather's super crappy or you might be stuck inside, search G4 Outdoors YouTube online. But as I look up and I ask, can I please just catch a break? I got my rod and my reel and I'm headed to the lake.
So if you have the 150 horse Mercury, follow along because this is really simple. All we're going to be doing is taking the prop off, draining it, and refilling it. What you're going to need is a 1 1/16 inch socket, along with a little bit of an extension, and we're going to be taking the prop off. Now if this is too tight, you will want to put a piece of wood in here so that it can wedge up against it, but mine is fairly loose and I can do this by hand, so we'll just go ahead and start taking this nut off of here. Once you get this off, set it aside. Take care of it because but as you can see right here, there is a screw. All we're going to do is take this screw out, set an oil pan underneath here to catch all of the oil. Okay, so hopefully you're in a little better position than I am. In order to get my lower unit lowered all the way down, I had to pull out of the drive a little bit just to get this up over this hump right here. But when you are draining this, be careful and be sure that you lower your lower unit all the way. Let me show you about that. Now when I say that this needs to be lowered all the way, there is a center axis right along here, and this is all full of gear lube. So what needs to happen, this needs to be lower in the back than it is in the front. That way all of your gear lube is able to fall out. So lower it all the way down. In this case I have to squish my oil pan a little bit, but this does have to be facing down for all of this fluid to come out. So there's going to be 2 screws that you take out of here. Like I say, one on the bottom here, one is on the other side, and I will show you that in a minute. Okay, so once this screw comes out, there is a possibility that this will not drain, and that's where the other screw comes into place. You will want to retain your screw and the washer. We'll get into the washer here in just a second as well. Okay, so as you can see, the oil is dripping out of here. It's not coming out very well. We'll need to remove the vent screw right here, and that will allow all of this oil to quickly come out, hopefully quickly. There it goes. Again, retain your screw. You will be using it.
So another thing a guy might want to think of, similar to oil changes on other vehicles, if you do have like your water hose earmuffs for these, you may even want to end up firing your engine up and letting it run for a couple minutes just to kind of heat this oil up and make it a little thinner, huh? Yeah, if you want to. It's not a bad idea. Being this is the first oil change, I am going to be getting dirty, and I'm going to be feeling and I'm going to be looking for metal shavings to make sure that this thing is breaking in properly. So even though I am testing for grit on the first one, when it comes to gear lubrication, I always get my fingers dirty anyway because I like to know if those gears are running right or not, because as soon as you start grinding gears, the gear is going to go away really quick. So it's good to catch any shavings in here and catch the problem beforehand if you can. So while this is draining, I'm going to go over the oil that you need. You need high performance gear lube SAE 90 by Mercury. If it's not Mercury, it's another brand, but there are only 2 brands that they recommend for this. Quicksilver?
Quicksilver, thank you. I don't know if it will void your warranty if you use something else or not, but I did go to my local boat shop and I bought a Mercury oil change kit and gear lube kit. So you will need this. In the owner's manual, it says that this motor requires right hand lubrication. We went ahead and bought this one. It's ambidextrous, so it can be used in left or right. On top of that, when you're filling this up, it's kind of a backwards process. You don't fill it up, you actually press all of this oil up into there. So what comes in this kit right here is 2 washers, the yellow washers that came off of there. I told you to keep them. If you do not buy these washers, you can use the old ones, but not too many times. So in this package, you're going to have a pump and a screw right here, which is going to screw onto the cap here. And this will let you pump it and that will put it into the bottom and raise it up to the top. Gonna take this washer now, put it on the screw here now, gonna watch this dripping now, gotta take that boom, 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 boom. Nah, just kidding. That's what your motor's gonna sound like if you don't take care of this stuff. So take your new washer, put it on your screws and set them aside because we will be using them. Now it's not in the manual, but if you want to speed things up a little bit, just blow on it. Okay, so at a bare minimum, when you're draining your fluids out of here, you do want this to come to a drip. Get as much out of here as you can. You're gonna spend about 10 or 15 minutes out here waiting, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this right here and screw it into the bottom screw. Okay, so when you're putting that in there, leave a couple of minutes for your cuss words and stuff because this one doesn't work for this motor. So I had to make do on that. Next, we're gonna put this into the quart of oil. So we are going to start pumping this until the fluid starts to come out of the breather hole up here. However many pumps that takes, you're going to find out along with me. But you're just going to keep on pumping until it comes out of the breather hole up here. While you're pumping that, go ahead and get your breather hole screw ready with the new washer on it.
Pump it.
Pump it real good.
Pump it. Pump it real good. It's starting to come out.
Okay, so as you can see that's starting to come out of the top, you want to quickly put in your breather hole screw. What that's going to do is it's going to create a vacuum in here and prevent it from leaking out of the bottom.
May have been a little premature lubrication.
Yeah. Go ahead and wipe that up real quick. We'll worry about the main cleanup afterwards. Okay, so now you want to get your drain screw ready. Go ahead and take your filler tube out and put in your drain screw as quickly as possible to keep from the majority of that coming out. Clean your hands off. And go ahead and screw that in. Now once you have that tightened up, now you can worry about cleaning up the bigger mess. So I'm going to raise this up to get it at a manageable height to work at.
Why is half your boat in the middle of the street?
That's how G4 works. Nothing goes right. Okay, so you do want to clean up as much oil as possible. This is opened up to the water, and we don't want any of this oil getting back into the lake, so do clean this up as much as possible. When you get it up here to working height, you are going to want to snug up these screws, make sure that we did everything properly. Don't over tighten them, just get them tight. And they are definitely hand tight. Clean up our mess. Now we're going to lubricate our gear shaft.
And on a serious note, guys, when it comes to the environment and EPA kind of stuff, you always got to think about it this way. You know how hard a fish is to hold on to when you usually catch a fish out of the water? Imagine trying to hold on to that fish when he's covered in oil.
Okay, so we do want to get some high temperature, water resistant grease. Just a dab will do you, and let's put that on the spines of this shaft. Okay, now we're going to put our propeller back on.
I heard something.
Yep, it's a retaining thingamabobber.
She gone. That was me.
Now we're going to reinstall the... Come on.
This video is going to be entertaining, I'm not even going to lie. It's going to be good, dude. It's all these weird camera angles I give it that just make it so much better.
Now we're going to want to tighten...
Actually, dude, you know what this is like? It's like when you catch those 9-inch fish and you just hold them way out in front of the camera.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
How big your face is right now.
Should I use a piece of wood? There's supposed to be torque settings on that. All right, now that you got your screw on there, you are going to want to tighten this up to the proper torque settings. Click. There we go. And we're good to go. Now the gear case lubrication oil change is all complete. Guys, I hope this video helped you out. This is my first time doing it, and I did this all. It's an easy process. I hope it helped you out if this is your first gear case oil change. We do want to do this on the first 20 hours, after 10 hours, before 20 hours, every 100 hours, or yearly after that. If you liked the video, if this helped you out any, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I will see you in the next one. I'm out.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there.